Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky and we have some fan art. So this, or if you didn't know, Cardcaptors Sakura Clear Card released today. Woo! So excited. I watched it as soon as Crunchyroll decided to make sure the site had enough, I guess, server place for the traffic. I had a lot of trouble getting on, and so did everybody else. But I watched it. I'm very excited. It was very nostalgic. Reminded me very much of the original episode for Cardcaptors. And I really, really, really love that show. I'm a huge fan. I have been since I was little. And as soon as the episode was over, I said, well, I'm going to draw some fan art. So I did this little picture here of Sakura in her new school uniform and Keto in the corner there. They're overlapping a little bit, and I kind of liked that. I just wanted to keep the sketch in its entirety intact, so I just left them overlapping. Okay, so let's talk about materials. This is a Moleskine art sketchbook. I just bought the sketchbook not too long ago, and these are my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. So, I recently took a Skillshare class on how to blend with these pencils, so that's what I'm doing here. I started out with a light white base because the colors in my palette are all very dark for skin, and Sakura has a really, really light skin color. So I did some white over the skin first, and then I went in with my lightest brown and colored that in. Now, I think the hair took me the longest amount of time, but this took me about half an hour, 45 minutes, somewhere in there, just to color, not counting the sketch. I outlined the sketch with a black, not Prismacolor, a black Polychromos Faber-Castell pencil. So I tried to keep everything in order here. I didn't really actually want to line this because I was worried about messing up the lines. But I did anyway, just a little bit, just around parts that made sense. It took me a really long time to do the skin. It took me a really long time to do all of the blending. If you guys know about polychromos or working with colored pencils, it takes a really long time to blend everything. So here I am, I'm starting to go in with the eyes. The skin, I wanted to keep a very kind of natural for Sakura color where it's just doesn't have too much blending in it. Very easy, I guess you could say. The eyes, I put down a black shadow over the top, and then I go in and I put the green, because Sakura has green eyes, over the top of that to make it a darker green. So I like the way that turned out, honestly. The blending with the black and the green turned out really good. The skin color, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I wish I had a peachier color, and I think I'm going to buy one soon because they're not that expensive if I buy them individually. But yeah, I want to have like a peachier color for Sakura and the skin colors. If you see there on one of the cheeks, my hand slipped and I messed up the line there. But it's honestly not that easy to point out later when the piece is done, so I'm not too unhappy with it. I mean, it's a mistake, but it's not the biggest mistake. And then the scarf there. There's a red line, which I add, and I don't, yeah, see there, I messed up with the other line. With that line there on Kiddo-san. But anyway, you can see the top of my head. I have a cold, so I sound kind of strange. But let's see. What else did I do? I did a shadow on the wings of Kiddo-chan, which Sakura-chan doesn't really have too many shadows, especially on the skin. I'm actually really proud of the way her coat came out. I put down a base of blue and then a whole bunch of different shadow colors on top of it, and it came out to be a really nice dark blue color. But first, we're working on her hair. So I have two browns on the set. One is a very dark brown, the one that you see there that's almost gray. And I think it's called Walnut. And I have the light brown that I used for the skin color. So what I had to do here to get Sakura's trademark hair color was I had to put down the walnut, blend, go back in, put the skin color in, blend, go back in with the walnut color for the dark shadows, blend, and then go back in with the brown. So this took me a really long time. I'm not happy with the way the sketch for the hair came out. To be fair, I'm not super happy with the entire piece, but I like it. I mean, it's not the worst thing I could have done. But the hair is much more complicated in the original version, and I'm not even close. But I you know, it's fine. It turned out fine. I need to stop being so down on myself. So here I am blending the skin color in, and you can see that the contrast with the skin and the hair is not enough right now. That's why I have to go back in with the walnut. I do dark shade where the shadows are, and then light shade with the walnut where the whole piece is. So it comes out after I've done my final shade of light brown to be a really nice color. And I think it matches Sakura's original hair color pretty well. Pretty well indeed. I really would like to get a set with more Prismacolors. I keep calling them Prismacolors. I'm looking at Prismacolors. I don't know what I'm talking about. With more Faber-Castell Polychromos. I hate Prismacolors. I'll probably post a video a little bit later about why I hate Prismacolors as opposed to Polychromos. I did record it and it's just not up yet. I wanted to get this video up first. So, even though it was recorded second, I recorded that video already. But this video takes priority because fan art, and I'm super excited. Now, there are a couple people on Twitter who are saying that fan art is illegal. I don't know why you would say that. I see a lot of people doing fan art, and I'm a huge fan of doing fan art. I don't do it very often, but I have done a lot of Cardcaptors Sakura fan art because it's my favorite. I mean, I grew up with the series. It's my favorite series. I love it. It takes a big place up in my heart. And personally, I think that's very rude to call something that someone worked really, really hard on and is based on true love and compassion and looking up to something and calling it a crime. It's just wrong, in my opinion. It's just wrong. So, don't do that. If you would like to say that in, like, my comment section, just hold yourself back. Go do something else. Post it on Twitter with everybody else. So here I am coming in with the skin color again. And as you can see, the color that is shaded turned out to be much better. Definitely a better brown than it was before. And it's not perfect, but it's definitely her color. Right? It's her hair color is pretty unique, pretty light brown, and it's just perfect. It looks perfect here. Sorry, my sniffles. So I think after this, I work on the coat. As you can see, the shadow underneath the top part of her hair is a little bit too high up, but I like it. I like it anyway in its entirety. To be fair, I'm really getting down on myself in this video. It's not good. I just want to, you know. So, when I work with the Polychromos, I go back in, I do the blending, and then I come on top and I blend with the white. And that turns out really nice usually, and that's my favorite thing to do with these pencils. I could probably have more contrast with using a heavier hand and a darker white over in the other section, but I don't want to. I like the way the hair came out. Anyway, so here I come in with the green. There are two greens in this set, a light green and a dark green, and I come in and I shade the bottom of the eye with the light green. I come in with the darker green. That green is actually a little bit different in real life than it is on camera. It looks more like a teal, but in real life it looks more like a dark forest green. That's pretty funny. So I come back in and I fill in the light, and then I go back over and shade with the white. And I think it turned out really, really good. I like it. Sakura's eye color, actually one of my OCs, Noname, was inspired a lot by Sakura. When I first created her in her book form, she was very much designed like Sakura, and then she came out being her own character. She looks very different now. I think the only thing you can tell is probably the 2 strands of hair that comes down. I think that's about it. I think that's the only thing that Sakura has given her, because she looks entirely different, and her green eyes. So her green eyes come from her originator, Sakura-chan. And her hair, Naname's hair is a much darker brown. So it doesn't match Naname's hair color. It doesn't match Sakura's hair color its entirety. I couldn't find it anywhere. I wanted to scatter it around in the video, but because of the move, everything is lost. I actually have an original book. If you guys remember when the show first came out in America, they released, along with the silly staffs and stuff like that, they released a book with all of the cards in it from the original Cardcaptors. I have that somewhere. I saw it before the move and now I cannot find it. It's gonna drive me nuts. I freaking love this thing. I usually keep it on a bookshelf in a nice place, but I can't find it anywhere. So I guess you guys are just gonna never, maybe if I find it, I'll post it on Twitter, because I was really happy that I had it. Now I can't find it anywhere. So there I am going in with the coat. The coat is actually a black in the anime, the new anime, and I wanted it to be more contrasty, so I made it like a dark blue with a black, a dark blue undertone with a black cover, which turned out really good, in my opinion. Oh, my camera autofocused for some reason. My camera was a little weird. It's kind of running out of space, incidentally. I should probably go back in and delete some of the things. So, we're coming to an end here. After I finish this coat, we are going to color in Keto-chan. So, Keto is really weird. He's like a little, how would I put this? He's like a little orange, but like a light yellow orange. It's kind of hard to describe. So, Keto is that color, and I don't really have that color anywhere. So, I just kind of put yellow down and then added the orange on top for the shadows. And then I put yellow on again, and it kind of turned into Keto-chan's color. I used a cadmium red for the tongue, and that turned out fine. Just like Keto-chan. I'm really glad that this show is back. Let's talk about how excited I am for the next episode next week, and how I hope that Crunchyroll gets its stuff together and I can watch it in peace. Anyway, guys, the video is coming to an end here. I'm just applying some shadows on the wings to make it look cuter, because that's kind of a theme of Cardcaptors, is adorableness. And the overlapping there is just adding more color so it looks more vibrant. So I hope you guys liked my fan art. I really love to do it, and I'm so happy Cardcaptors is back, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it with me and maybe being nostalgic with me if you guys remember the show. I'll see you guys later, and tomorrow, actually, for maybe I'll post the Prismacolor versus Polychromos video tomorrow. And I will see you later, maybe for more Learn to Draw Weekly. Bye!